that curse that went on them, it's the same kind of curses that follow in hell. You're turned over to these demons, and they that hate you will rule over you. And you can't do anything about it. And God's made us, man, the highest form of creation. Right? Man. And we work hard and we get educated and all that. And now in hell, you're subjected to these creatures that have become the lowest form of creation. And they rule over you. I mean, how disgusting is that? I mean, this thing that has like a 0 IQ and hates you just knows torment and can torment you for eternity. Is that thought bad enough? I mean, look, how bad could it be? I mean, you can't breathe, you can't eat, you can't sleep, you burn, you're tormented, and all this you have to endure for eternity. Anyway, so as I began ascending up this tunnel, it was going into pitch black now because I was leaving the flames, and it lit up just a little bit to see those pits of fire. And like I said, the light didn't travel very far, but enough for me to see a little. And as we went up into this dark tunnel, it got really pitch black. And I was just so afraid, and knowing that I was there forever. And then all of a sudden, just all of a sudden, no warning, this bright light showed up. And it was Jesus. And He showed up, and I just fell at His feet. I didn't see His face. I just saw a bright light and an outline of a man in this bright light. Super bright, pure white light. And I just fell down at His feet, and all I wanted to do was worship Him. I didn't want to leave. I didn't want to move. I didn't want anything. I just wanted to be thankful. 1 second ago, I was lost forever, and He placed it back in my mind that I was a Christian and that I didn't have to go there. You see, so, to go from 1 second to that, to 1 second later being with Him, it just was, it was amazing. And I can't even describe it, to be in His presence. So glorious and so powerful to be with Jesus. I just laid at His feet. I don't know how long. Didn't seem like it was very long. And He touched me. And I said, Jesus. And He said, I am. And I already knew it was. You didn't have to wonder who it was at all. Some people say, oh, how do you know it wasn't a devil? I've seen enough devils. I know what they were like. His presence is so overwhelming. There's no mistaking that it's Jesus. None. He's so powerful and so peaceful and so loving. And all those things I'm going to try to describe to you. But like I said, I fell at His feet as a dead man. I felt like I died. And I can't explain it, but remember in Revelation 1:16 where John said His countenance was bright as the sun, and I fell at His feet as a dead man. That's just what happened. I felt like that. And He touched me, and then I revived, and thoughts started forming in my head. I didn't really want to ask Him a question. I just wanted to be thankful and grateful. But thoughts started coming to my mind, and He would answer my thoughts. I didn't really want to ask Him, but He would answer my thoughts. And I thought to myself, why did He send me to this terrible place? And He said, because many people do not believe that hell exists. Some of my own people do not believe that hell is real. That statement shocked me. But since then, I've met a lot of Christians that don't believe in hell. Or they believe in annihilationism. That, we hit hell and you're annihilated. There's no hell. It's only for the devil. Or they believe that eventually everybody will get out. Universalism. There's a lot of Christians that say they're born again, they love the Lord, and they really don't believe in hell. And it's amazing. But there was an article too in the LA Times, June 19th of 2002, which was labeled "Hold the Fire and Brimstone," and where they interviewed all these pastors, and they found out nobody was teaching on hell except for Ray Comfort. And they all said, well, hell's a little archaic. We don't really believe that. And we just know it's separation from God. That's about all we know. And that's what all these people said. This is in the paper. You can check it out for yourself. So a lot of the churches aren't teaching hell, and a lot of people don't believe it. So that's when he said, even some of my own people do not believe that hell exists. Go and tell them it's real, it exists. And it's not my desire that anybody go there. It's not my will for anyone to go there. Go and tell them. So I just thought to myself, yes, sir. Yeah, I'll go. I didn't even question it for a second. Being in His presence like that, But then I thought to myself, Lord, how come those demons hated me so much? And He said, because you're made in my image, and they hate me. And John 15:18 says, they hated me before they hated you, Jesus said. So they have a hatred for mankind. They hate us. And they hate God, but they can't do anything against Him, but they can hurt His creation. And that's what they want to do. These demons want to hurt us and torment us. And I thought, Lord, I thought to myself, Lord, why did you pick me? And that's really, I shouldn't have even thought that thought, because it's really arrogant of a thought. I mean, when a general would come up to you if you were in the military and said, soldier, go guard that barrack, and it's a 5-star general, you wouldn't say, well, why'd you pick me? You wouldn't say that. You just go, right? You would obey his order. Well, but I thought it. I just thought it. And he didn't really give me an answer. Actually, he didn't give me any answer why he picked me. So I really can't imagine why he picked me. I'm the least likely, in my opinion, to go. I'm a realtor. I'm not a Billy Graham or Mother Teresa. I'm not anybody famous. Not anybody important, so to speak. And so, like I said before, I don't even like the summertime. So, the heat bothers me. I love order and cleanliness, and I'm a fanatic about all those things, and hell is the antithesis. It's filthy, disgusting, stench, horrible. I mean, all of us would hate those things, but I'm like really extreme on it, okay? So, for me to go there, it's like I'm the last one, I would think. But the Lord said, tell him I am coming very, very soon. And he repeated himself. He said, tell him I am coming very, very soon. And he said, go and tell them again that I don't want anybody to go to this place. And I said, Lord, why didn't I know you? Why didn't I know you? And he said, because if you would have known me, you would have had hope. And I wanted you to experience what they feel there, hopelessly lost for eternity, to never get out. You see, and that's the most important thing to experience, because, like I said before, the torments are terrible, but life here, you can't imagine what it is to be in a hopeless situation. I mean, even the people in the concentration camps had hope that they'd die and get out of it. But you can't die. You can't get out. You'll never get out. So see, can you try to imagine that for a second? That kind of horror that to be in for eternity? It's beyond your mind to be able to conceive this. And that's why it's frustrating for me to try to explain to you how terrible it is there. But that's why he withheld from my mind that I was a Christian. And again, before, when I related to you that this was an out-of-body experience, it comes under the classification of vision. I shared with you Ezekiel and John and all those people. That's no way to associate myself with any of these great men. Okay, I'm not in any way in their league at all. It's just to show you Scripture that these things can happen. Okay, it's just a vision. But anyway, the Lord said, we kept ascending up above the earth's surface, and we went way above the earth's surface. We were still in a tunnel, even above the earth. There was still like a whirlwind around us. I couldn't see it, but I knew it was there. And we went way above till we came out of this tunnel. So at that distance, now we were way out in space. So the earth was like just a ball, So I was way out in space. And I know that, again, sounds far-fetched, but, the whole thing's crazy. But it's not. It's the truth. So, and as we were out in space, it was just phenomenal to see the world hung on nothing. It says in Job 26:7 that he hangeth the earth upon nothing. It's hung on nothing. There's nothing holding it up, and you see it there. It's amazing. If all of you could see it, I'm telling you, astronauts, most of them get saved that go out in space when they see all this, because you just can't believe that this thing's hung there and turning so perfectly. And the Lord's allowed me, for a brief moment, to experience His power, to feel part of His power. I could feel the control He has over everything. I mean, just a piece He let me feel, because I saw the vastness of space and all the stars and all the planets. And He's in control of every one of them, and there's billions of them. And everyone has a name for them. And He knows everything that's going on everywhere. It was just mind-boggling to feel the power He has controlling all that, and watch the earth turning at 1,000 miles an hour so perfectly, and the water not